Hey guys, it's Julian from Beneath the Bunk Studios and BeneathTheBunk.com. I hope you're doing wonderfully. Today, we are discussing how to automate very quickly in Pro Tools. Let's get into it. Automation, you know it, you love it, you want to be able to do it quickly because it's kind of tedious and it sucks sometimes, and I totally get that because I am in the same boat. I love utilizing Pro Tools' keyboard shortcuts for automation. So what I'm going to be showing you in this video is how I like to do that. So obviously I don't have a real song in front of me. I just have this miscellaneous kick drum pattern that I programmed earlier, and it sounds like this. I'm just going to be pretending that this 4-bar kick part is a section of a song. And let's say that during the section of the song, for whatever reason, I want the kick drum to get turned down. The fastest way to do this is to select the audio by left-clicking it and then doing the Control Windows key right arrow or Command Apple right arrow. And what that's going to give you is the track volume automation thing instead of having to go over here and switching from waveform and going to volume. Not that much of a time saver, but what I really like about doing it this way is that it already selects the section of the audio that I want to get turned down. So if I start here on waveform and I do Control Windows right, and then I go to the top up here and then hold Control or Command and then move down, I can move the value of this section slower, up and down. That's what the Control or Command is doing by holding it down while you're doing this. It helps you move it up and down in smaller values, whereas if I didn't hold that, I would be getting much bigger jumps like this. And I don't want that because that gives me much less control, and it's a lot harder to move things by smaller increments if you're not holding down Control or Command. So now I have this section down just like the way I wanted. Another way you could do this is by simply highlighting the area and then moving up and down like that. There are different ways to reach that same goal. Now let's say, for example, you want to have the kick drum crescendo throughout the duration of this part for some reason. So what you could do is highlight it, bring this down. Obviously this isn't a crescendo as it is because it's just a straight down volume jump. But what you could do is hold Alt or Option if you're on Mac, and then left click the point that is at the end on the bottom, and then it will make it ramp up. So that's how I like to create crescendos. I think that's the fastest way. So just to do that again so you can get an idea, highlight everything, move it down, hold Alt or Option, left click the point, and it will gradually rise. Very similar idea if you wanted to decrescendo. So let's say I wanted it to maybe decrescendo during this part. I would highlight it, drag it down, hold Alt or Option, and left click on the first bottom point, and then it's going to go down in volume over the course of that time period. This next one is probably my favorite. I really love this shortcut, and it is Control-Alt-V or Command-Option-V. Once again, let's pretend I want the kick drum to be 2 dB quieter at this part than the rest of the song. And let's pretend this is a chorus, and over here, this chorus repeats again. However, when it repeats, it's a double chorus. What I would normally want to do is just copy this automation over by doing Control or Command C, and then select my cursor right there, do Control or Command V, and then we got a copied automation to the next thing. However, what you'll notice is it's not extending throughout the length of the whole double chorus because the length of this section is twice as long as the length of this section. How do we bypass that? Well, let's start over and have this negative 2 dB drop right here on its own. Again, let's do Control or Command C, except this time, after we do that, we're going to highlight the entire double chorus. And then we're going to do Control-Alt-V or Command-Option-V, and it's going to fill in the gap throughout the entire part. And then what it often does is it creates a little extra blip here. So you could just delete that and highlight it and press backspace and it will be gone. The next and final tip I have for anybody that's trying to up their automation game is using Control, Windows, Alt, or Command, Apple, Alt Option to select parameters and enable them for automation and show them in an automation lane in your track. Let me show you what I mean by that. So let's say for whatever reason I want to automate this low band gain so that it turns up at one specific part of the song. Maybe I want the kick drum to get a little bit beefier in the chorus, for example. So what we're going to do is we're going to have Control, Windows, Alt, or Command, Apple Option. and we're going to hold all 3 of those keys, and we're going to left click on the parameter that we're looking to automate. In this case, it's the gain knob on the CQ. And then what we'll see here is open plugin automation dialog or enable automation for low band gain. What you're going to do is the first one, enable automation for low band gain. Then you see a little green light turn on. That means that it's getting automated. And then the next step is to press Control Windows or Command Apple, and then left click on the gain knob or whatever parameter you just decided you wanted to automate. And then just like that, it will appear in your plugin, in your track view. So now what you could do is automate it right in here, just like that. So let's say for these 2 hits, I want the low end to get bumped up. I can do this and have it get turned up by 2 dB as illustrated by those numbers right there. I think this is a really awesome way of getting this done, because the alternative is going up to this auto thing and then pressing plugin automation enable, and then selecting in this list the parameter that you'd like to automate. So for example, the low band gain is right here. So you'd have to left click that, press add, go to OK, and then go into your track view selector, find the plugin, press the parameter, and now you've got that. Instead of doing all that, what you could do is hold Control Windows Alt, press this, enable the automation, and then Control Windows, and then it shows it right there. You don't have to go through all those menus. You don't have to scroll through the parameters on the plugin. It's right there, super fast, really easy. Loving it. All right, guys, that's all I got for today. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I'm always looking to share some ways that I've made my workflow more productive and more efficient, and I hope that this helped you. So let me know if it did down below. If you have any questions or you're confused about anything, let me know down below. I would love to help you out. I promise I will answer. Don't be shy, and I will talk to you next time.